Decisions. What is it that speeds them to conclusion? Is it just chaos? Variables colliding with data to create moments of change. It may look that way, but dig beyond the seemingly endless layers of complexity. Apply the right technology and measure the relevant information, and you'll find no chaos. Just an order that wasn't easy to recognize. When we do this, a new picture emerges. Patterns, trends, winners. We can now provide rallying points for those with shared demands and start adding value by preempting bad outcomes, guiding the decision makers. Because when we pay enough attention to each dot on the grid, the intelligence becomes a real-time asset, leading us in our endeavors to figure out exactly who and what we are measuring. Understand the variables that affect them and what they are looking for as they go. So that when we crunch all of this data against a backdrop of greater understanding, our own decisions and conclusions make sense. Welcome to the Cars.co.za Consumer Awards, powered by WesBank.
Don't talk to me about wasted youth. We're seeing it all, yeah, we've seen the truth. You wanna take a breather, you think that you are clever. You know that you have been a little under the wheel. The business, the parties, the drugs and the bands, the DJs, the pieces, the thugs and the laughs. The late night pretty bandits, pale Ocean Street, skinny dipping mushrooms, and raised jams, candy black bags. They did it in the name of dance. We did it in the name of yeah. We did it in the name of dance. We did it in the name of. I'd be surprised if we had to survive. Will you be alive to live your life? Yeah. We did it in the name. They did it in the name. They did it in the name of dance. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah. Woo. They say that youth is wasted on the young. They won't be done till they've had their fun. You say you wanna change, you take another path. You know you're gonna do exactly what you will. The business, the parties, the drugs and the bands, the DJs, the boozers, the thugs and the the romance, pole dance, driving guns. What the heck changed? Pretty soon you'll be dead. They did it in the name of dance. We did it in the name, yeah. We did it in the name of dance. We did it in the name. I'd be surprised if we had to survive. Will you be alive to live your life? Yeah. We did it in the name. We did it in the name. We did it in the name of. How you doing out there, guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, in a blinding display of innovation and technology, please welcome myself, your host, John Vlismas, myself.
Thank you very much. Hello. Thank you, Flash Republic. Aren't they amazing? That's called Flash Republic. Aren't they brilliant? Only Republicans I'd listen to. So thank you for coming here this evening. Look at this. Isn't this is bigger than last year? Is it? Yes? Are you impressed? Aren't you entertained? Do you know what this takes? The people of Bryanston donated this electricity just so you could have this tonight. There's load shedding all over because of you. So well done. Welcome to Cars.co.za's Consumer Awards. Much bigger venue, more of you. There's a wolf of some kind over there. It's amazing. I'm blown away. There's grandstands, all these moving lights. They've got the same MC. It's a bit weird. You think for people who work with data, they would learn. No, they don't. They know nothing. So I'm here again. So I'm sorry about that part. But everything else is much grander. There's this, which is for safety, because it's very important that you have this thing here. It's very important. This is because if you're falling, it could save your life, but not really. So if there is a stampede, just don't run here, because you will stab yourself to death on the safety rail, and nothing worse than getting to heaven with no ghoulies. That's a disaster because you're in the wrong kind of mood. So that's very important. And of course, this year we welcome WesBank as a proud sponsor. Give it up for WesBank. Isn't that amazing? They're a proud sponsor now, but it's early. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen by the end. So for now, we're going to say they're a very proud sponsor, but let's see how that goes. It could go either way. Then it's also my job, obviously, because I'm employed, that I must tell you what to do if there's an emergency. I don't think safety is a concern for the world anymore. Donald Trump is almost the president, so it doesn't matter. If there's an emergency, stay where you are, and it doesn't matter. So are there American people here? There's one. See, you've run away. Here you are with us. You've chosen Zuma over Trump. I mean, lovely man, not very bright. Okay, so that's fine. So not like other car awards, obviously, that you may have been to. This is different. This is run by people who understand analytics, and they use important things like information and data and all of that stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the computer types. I'm not a big fan of IT people, which means pretty much anyone who's 11. I don't trust you guys because you weren't popular at school and you've overcompensated. You're achieving everything now with your big data and your analytics. Just a big cry for help. We couldn't get laid as children. So I understand that. And now you are monsters. You are titans of your industries. You are the 12-year-old rulers of the Game of Thrones of Earth. And it's amazing. I know what you're like when you get home. You're not those little mouse-like people. You turn into demons, don't you? Lan, Wan, thank you, ma'am. Who's your server? 50 Shades of Silicon. So that's good. Anyway, so the other thing I want to tell you about tonight, and you'll find out who's not been to these awards before? Let's get that out the way. Where were you? Where were you last time? Look at your beautiful dress. Where were you last time? Why didn't you come? You're so dressed up. Why weren't you here last time?
Cars.co.za didn't find me, so they found me this year, and that's why I'm here.
The reason they didn't find you last year is it's called Cars.co.za, not .co.za. You've got to be on brand. Okay, that's why you weren't. And I love your hair. I would love to know where you got that. So anyway, someone in Saxonwold no longer needs it. So anyway, I would like to point out that the way these awards work is that no one here present this evening has in any way decided who should win these awards. These are the Cars.co.za Consumer Awards, and it's obviously done with huge input from the consumer. And that's who this event's actually for. That's who these awards are for. You don't know this, all of you, but this is not for you tonight. This is for the thousands, and I mean like many, many thousands of people who are watching this online right now. So let's give them a round of applause because they are the consumers and they're actually streaming this now. Obviously, I must tell you not to smoke. Come on, how old are you? Like, really, it's 2017. If you've made it this far, you know that's bad for you. Don't smoke, and obviously don't do anything dangerous. That's fine. And then if you do tweet, please use the hashtag, because as you know, if it doesn't have a hashtag, it doesn't actually exist. So please use the hashtag Cars Awards, big C, big A. If you do that, you may, *, win a massive surprise prize tonight for tweeting. I'm not saying you are going to win I'm not saying that, because that would be like bribing you in a digital way. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you may, * win a huge surprise prize. I'm not saying you'll win one. I'm just saying you may. So we've cleared that up. So that's good. That'll be at the party after the awards, when there'll be some very happy people, and then a lot of other people who didn't get one of those, which you could call... Anyway, so the point is, there will be other people here who may not go home with one, but that's fine. You're a winner just for being here. You made it to Midrand in traffic. You're a winner. So to me, you're always going to be a winner. So that's very important. The next thing I want to tell you is a lot of people are curious about the exact judging process that happens to get to these awards. So what we decided is, if you look in your lanyard, your little name pouchy thing, that thing at the end of the lanyard is called a pouch. That's what I call it. It's the technical term. And in there's a small infographic that I believe, I don't know, in great detail explains the judging. I can see some of you already falling asleep. So anyway, it's in there, and it's very good. The people who designed the Zimbabwean voting process have had a big input into this, so it's huge. For those of you who don't like reading, and I know we exist, I know we are here, we've made a video. So I'm going to show you that video, and then you don't have to read that, because we've did it on video, because this is Cars.co.za. You don't have to read everything on paper. Ha! That's so 90s. Check this video.
It's been incredibly informative. I think we take it for granted when we drive a lot of cars at launches and on tests that, you've put the car through the full spectrum of what we can do. And I think being on this track, we've realized that, we've hardly scratched the surface of what these cars can do. So it's been really a revelation for a lot of cars that I've driven before, and obviously cars that I haven't driven before.
I'm enjoying the consistency of it all. Every car is being tested the same way, the same manner. And I think the consistency and the quality is the most important.
These awards are very thorough, which I really appreciate and respect.
I think deciding to test at Gerotek was the right decision. You really need a safe environment to test these vehicles, and it's not about speed, it's about replicating how people use the cars in real life, but without the dangers from traffic, potholes, taxis and the like.
It is absolutely on another level. The guy who was explaining to us in terms of how the tracks would be, his name is Piet, he is absolutely amazing, and kind of scared us and shook me that this track would be scary. But in all honesty, it was realistic, and that's what I really loved about Gerotek. It was absolutely amazing.
Because it provides you with so many different kind of scenarios that you'll encounter in your day-to-day. Some you wouldn't encounter in your day-to-day, but were fun nonetheless. I think it's a fascinating and amazing facility, and the best place to do something like this.
You've got things that test suspensions, you can test hill climbs, descents. It's an off-road course as well. And then there's also the performance and handling tracks.
Of course, we've got some tight corners. We're really putting these cars up to the test so the consumer can know what they're really getting themselves into when they buy the vehicle.
It just has everything. It's got the suspension test, the dynamic handling track, an excellent mountain track, 4Ks of twisties through some really steep stuff as well up in the mountains. Loads of skid pans as well, some straightaways where you can do some slaloming and you can do some brake testing. You don't often get to test a car braking from 120 k's an hour down to 0, and that's something that you might face out there, driving highway speeds and having to come to an emergency stop. So the fact that we have the facilities here and the space to do all of that safely, I think makes this probably one of the most thorough testing that you're going to get in any car competition in South Africa.
I think what we're doing with the Cars Awards is very important for the public so that they can make better decisions, because the testing that we've put the cars through, I haven't seen anything like this in the South African market before, so I think it's very important.
It was a very interesting way of testing cars, because we don't actually get to do it like this as motoring journalists ever. You know, you test them weeks and months apart from each other.
This is a great opportunity to test these vehicles against one another, strength against strength, and it's been quite illuminating.
The methodology this year, we've been a judge last year, it was great, but this year it's just next level. Being able to drive each finalist in the category one after the other in a particular order. So we are getting really good sense of comparison between the three, which makes judging far more accurate.
It's great to kind of get to experience what's out there and interact with the different types of cars that are out there. And I try to approach everything on the basis of, would I buy it? How does it fit into my life? How does it fit into the person that I think would drive that car? So I will go and drive 3 cars in a category and have a particular feeling, but once I start scoring it, then it's like, actually, I may feel like that, but when I really get into the details of it, this is what sets this one apart from the others in the category.
Although it was very hard work, I enjoyed the fact that it was very comprehensive.
I think what we've done is to refine a winning recipe. It's actually real-world back-to-back testing. It's the way that the judging panel is selected and put together. It's the way that we combine real owner data with the judges' scores. We've also expanded our judging panel, and it's important to get more varied opinions into this awards program as well. The survey results are added automatically and account for 50% of the score. So I think in terms of giving consumers a real voice, we've done that. I don't think there's another awards program that does it to this extent.
Of how it all works. It's amazing facility, Gerotek. Brilliant. They've just modeled some roads they found in Limpopo. It's brilliant. It's a genius testing center. If you can drive there, you can drive anywhere in the country. So that's amazing. Thank you, Gerotek, aka Limpopo Roads Agency. So what's going to happen now is we're going to whiz through the awards, because I know that's why you're really here. You didn't schlep out here just for like food on a stick. You want to know who won, and you want to get angry or happy depending on which side you're on, and then you want to like get your award or not, so that you can start filing a complaint. So I fully understand that. So we are going to do that. So I'll only interrupt the awards briefly, because we have 2 great speakers from brilliant places, and they're going to just talk very briefly about very good things. And if I had finished high school, I would tell you what it is they're going to talk. I have no idea. I don't know what they do. I don't even know what I'm doing here, but never mind. As long as I'm on this stage, I'm not married, and that's the most important thing that you could ever do. So that's good. So we're going to kick off with the first awards, but to help me hand out the awards, I'd like to welcome up from Cars.co.za, Alistair McMurray, and I also would like to welcome up our very special guest, the Group CEO of WesBank. Please give it up for Chris de Kock. Right, so I'll just get everyone settled, then we'll kick off with categories, and then I'll explain how this is going to work. We're going to go through the awards one by one. We'll start on that side, and we'll move over this side, and we'll keep them going until someone stops us. Right, so the first category of the night is Premium Hatchback of the Year.
Stylish and sophisticated, yet practical enough for most motoring needs, these are the cars for the upwardly mobile go-getter. The winner in this category must offer outstanding quality, refinement, performance, and the latest technologies, all wrapped up in a desirable package. The nominees for the Premium Hatchback of the Year are the reigning champion, the Volkswagen Golf GTI DSG, the BMW 120i M Sport Automatic, and the Mercedes-Benz A220D Style Automatic.
Alistair's going to hand over this award. And by the way, you can clap when you see the nominees come up. It's really nice to encourage other people, even if you didn't make that car. So you can give encouragement. The winner in this category is Come on up. Congratulations, well done. Right, so that was very good so far. We had a fantastic handover. There were no complaints, no death threats. This is going very well. So far, we're looking excellent. Well done, South Africa. You really are conducting yourself beautifully. You were gracious. You were wonderful. Perhaps we should all go and stand on the White House lawn in the next 48 hours. Never mind. Okay, let's move right on. So we move on now to the next category. And I love this category because I always find myself outside looking through windows at these cars with dealer principals on the inside of these stores who are armed. And so let's take a look at the first class of the year category.
In the first class category, cup holders, price, and low overheads take a back seat, perhaps next to the owners and their trophy partners. Up front, on an independently heated, chilled, and massaging front seat, you'll find show-stopping finishes, neck swiveling status, and unrivaled comfort. The winning vehicle in the first class category is quite simply the ultimate luxury car. The nominees for First Class Car of the Year are the Mercedes-Benz S500e L, the BMW 750 Li Design Pure Excellence,
yes,
and the Range Rover SD V8 LWB Autobiography.
Chris, if we could ask you to please hand over this award. And in this category, the winner is... If you haven't won one of these trophies and you do tonight, just know they're quite heavy. They weigh quite a lot. You make it look really easy. Congratulations. That's what the rail is for, because it's a very heavy solid steel award. If you don't know that, you need to grab the rail, and the rail is not solid steel. It's made in China, and it's really not that good. It's just going to go with you as you go over the edge, but it will look like you tried, and that's the most important thing. Right. We now move on to our next category. And this is a slight change of gear from where we were now with all the seat warmers and stuff. Something I think I'm more comfortable with, and perhaps you would be more comfortable with, unless, of course, it has stopped in front of you and the driver of that one is coming over to talk to you after you did something wrong. Then you might panic if you were looking at a leisure double cab bakkie. Let's have a look at the nominees.
And now for a category that's going to cause a lot of debate around the braai. In the popular and fiercely contested leisure double cab bakkie segment, the search is on for the ultimate all-rounder. From luxurious touring vehicle to hardcore off-roader, capable carry-all, family do-all, and lifestyle activity machine, leisure double cab bakkies can no longer be too utilitarian and rough around the edges, but should be highly sophisticated offerings, increasingly like their drivers, don't you think? The nominees for the Leisure Double Cab Bakkie of the Year are the Ford Ranger 3.2 Wildtrak 4x4 Auto, the Toyota Hilux 2.8 GD6 Raider 4x4 Auto, and the Volkswagen Amarok 2.0 BI TDI Highline 4Motion Auto.
Alistair, if you could give this one out. And in this category, the winner is... Congratulations, well done. So just a thought on a bit of audience coaching to make this thing a lot smoother, because I've seen a couple of you guys in my life. If someone wins an award and they're sitting right at the back, like you can start clapping over there. Like that's nice of you because you intended to be cool for that What is your name? What is your name? Tracy, okay, was loving life. She's won, yay, you're all clapping. You're getting tired now, you're getting more tired, you've stopped clapping. Now for Tracy, it's not so much fun being the winner, because in total silence, she walks down these stairs, and to you, a few mere meters of, pretty shitty carpet, but to her, a chasm of silence as she walks, her self-esteem being destroyed step by step. I don't know if you noticed, Tracy lost 2 inches of height just getting to this point, and then climbing up the stairs in heels is not easy when you feel happy. When you are depressed, it is like suicide getting up here. So all I'm saying is, start clapping when they hit the stairs. That's really all I'm trying to get at. That's what I was saying there for 20 minutes. Okay, never mind. Guys, I can ask you to take a seat. Thank you very much. We're going to show some videos. Thank you, guys. So for those of you who are not familiar with this trophy, you may have seen one or two. Some of you may not. But there's quite a story behind the trophy. And so what we did was we decided that for those who don't know what the trophy means and why it weighs about 827 kilograms, there's a reason for that. And so what we did was we went to the master jeweler that we asked to design and create the trophy, and we made this video. So check this out.
So it's always exciting in our office. We have people arriving every day with interesting requests. And so when a bunch of guys come from a car selling website and say, we want to make the best car awards in the country, it's quite a challenge because we're like, okay, we love this. We're not car people, we're not petrol heads. Let's break this thing down. And we start at the beginning of asking questions. What is your business really about? What is the industry really about? And who's the best person we know to build the most beautiful award we've ever built?
And so for us, we obviously knew immediately that we didn't want to give somebody a flimsy trophy that had no heritage, no meaning, and a couple of minutes in the strat room with the WAC guys, and it became very apparent that this was critical. It was almost the epitome of our awards, and it was what people would leave with. And so we had to put a lot more time and effort and thought and maybe love and crafting into getting something.
You don't go to a great designer and give them a design. You allow them to design. That's the whole point, right? So we went to David Bolam and his wife Debbie, who we think are the finest trophy makers in South Africa.
We went with the key idea. You can get specific keys for cars that are instantly recognizable. You can put them on end, break up the components, make it look exciting, make it look artistic.
We wanted that precise, perfect fitting together and using the different elements like titanium and stainless steel. And
so a lot of other people put in a lot of different ideas and it all gelled together, I think, very, very nicely.
I'd say 12 to 14 hours per unit of actual time, actual work time, bench time, to be able to get that, each one, to this quality finish. Yeah, I'm highly skilled at what I do and I love it. And I'm very proud of what I do. But you've got to take into cognizance, the other people, what they can do to make something work. And now it's ended up that we've got a whole clumpy of people, like I said, who have got different backgrounds, different expertise.
One of the key mantras of our business is the sum of marginal gains. And when you start to see a lot of processes acting together, you see really, really big and beautiful things coming out of that. And I think the trophy epitomizes that.
The meaning of that key now is that there's the heart of this award, which is a car. The two blades, the acrylic one represents the motoring industry because that's what most of the awards look like. And then the carbon fiber blade represents the customer, because if you don't value the customer, you don't even value your own car. You've got to value the customer. Then the red sliver joins the two, so it becomes a key to getting the right car for the right person, Cars.co.za is that component that helps to create that key. So that's the kind of meaning of the award. And then the final step, which was added by the clients, and I have to say it was a great idea, was to add elements of their corporate identity texture into the acrylic as a sort of an etched impression. And I thought that was quite clever because it's cars leaving its impression on the motoring industry. So all in all, I mean, I think it's turned out to be a very sexy collaboration.
Right, so that's what it all means. And so when you win one, it means something very, very special. So that's very good, and I'm very excited. If you win one, well done. If you don't, it's okay. But when you go home tonight, just think about your life. And what could you do better? Just don't be cuck. That's the whole idea. I'm only joking. I'm not allowed to say anything like that. I'm not allowed to, and I know that because I'm reading my offer. So that's quite important. Anyway, where's she gone? The woman I made fun of has left. Seriously, I was only joking. There's just a handbag. That's all that's left of her. And is it real? Do you think it's really? Is it real? Is that real? Thank you. And so I'll just put that over here. And let's see if she knows when she gets back. I'll just watch it. A lot of theft around here. So I'll just make sure that that's okay. So that's very important. So it's not all, I know it's the Cars Awards, but we also were asked this year if we could, present some keynote speakers who had really cool stuff to say. So we found someone who we think is really interesting, and you probably haven't heard him talk, and you really should. And so he's got a huge CV, so I'm not going to read it because that's a bit boring. I think he'll just tell you what he's all about. Please really welcome to the stage. Don't tell her where it's gone. Hey, I'm going to take it backstage. Don't tell her, and she'll wonder what happened. And I'll tell you what's going to be very interesting is we might start a bit of a racial incident because there's a white couple sitting here, and you know what they are like with countries, and then the bag is just gone, and then don't say anything. Just say you didn't see anything. Okay, good. All right. Please welcome on stage your keynote speaker, the wonderful Mr. Khaya Dlanga.
Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, come on, sound a little excited, guys. Come on, really. Otherwise, I'll go back home, okay? It's really, I think it's an honor being invited to come and speak here. And the reason it's an honor is because when I got the phone call from John to come and speak here, I immediately panicked. And I was like, John, there are people who are much more qualified to deliver this kind of talk than me, and I rattled off a list of people I could think of, like 10 people, and he listened to me very patiently, and he said, we called them, but they're not available. And so this is how I've actually ended up being here today to speak to you guys. And I seem to also have quite a knack for speaking, maybe I have an addiction to what I'd call feeling like an underachiever. I'll tell you why. The last event I went to speak at, there was a lady who is flying to Mars, never to come back, to be one of the first colonizers. So she was a speaker there. And then the other speaker was a guy who had sold his company for R1 billion before he turned 40. And then there was me. So but I do know that there's one person who is constantly proud of me. This was like, when my mom heard that I was going to be speaking here, she was really proud. But that's actually not my mother. Not that there's anything wrong if she was, but she's not my mother. So this is me. My name is Khaya Dlanga, and I don't know if anyone can guess which one I am here. I just want to hear a guess, a wild guess. Which one? Which one am I? Which one? Guys, do I still look like that? You're right, that is me. That's me. I'm that one. I'm that idiot over there. And I was born, I feel like I can't talk without talking about, where I'm from. And I was born in this great, bustling metropolis. This is the side of New York they never show you. And this is really where I was born. I grew up here. This is somewhere in the Eastern Cape. And as you can imagine, we literally, and I'm not even joking, this picture was taken, I took this picture last year, but we literally, when I was growing up, we literally saw a car once a week. And the car that we saw most often, we saw all the time, belonged to the shopkeeper. There's a guy who had a shop there, and obviously it was a van. So that was the thing that we always saw all the time. And then maybe a tractor, because then like a few years later, he bought a tractor, and then it was like, oh my goodness, we are really advanced. We've got a van and a tractor in our village. And as you can imagine, the traffic is pretty hectic. We have, as you can see, like those 4x4 animals there. Those goats, pretty hectic. And this is my home, but nobody lives there anymore. And that was a gate that used to be, see maybe a car, like what, I don't know, twice a month. And this is why the gate is absolutely locked now. The grass has overgrown the house. And this is me when I was 25. I've grown about a centimeter since then, as you can see from here. And I'm standing between these two incredible puddles of cow dung. So you see my face, I'm a little sad there because apparently I never wanted to get out of the car because I was so unused to seeing a car and being in a car, and that was me being sad. But they promised that I'd get back in the car once they take the picture. So they took the picture and I got back to the car and I was happy all over again. This resembles one of the first cars that I've ever made in my entire life. It was not long before I realized that you couldn't sit in that car. But when I look at this kid with that car, I realized that he never made that car himself. You know, in our days, we made our own damn cars. Kids today are kind of spoiled. So what I was asked to talk about was creative excellence within the New World Order. To be honest, I don't know what that means. So I won't be talking about creative excellence within the New World Order. But if I look at this map, it actually says something. If you look behind them, there's something pretty interesting about the map. The map of the world is upside down. And is that a definition of where the world is going within the future? I think so. Europe is old. The New World, which is Africa, it is Latin America. You cannot even hardly see America. America usually dominates the world map, but right there now is Africa, which I find very interesting. And this is an American show, which has since become canceled because America was not on top of the world. But then actually, this is the New World Order. And we'll find out tomorrow because this is when Donald Trump becomes president. And that's the New World Order. So what does it mean? So the New World Order, nobody knows what the New World Order will be like because we are going to be subjected to Mr. Donald Trump. And this is how I think the world is going to be defined. It's going to be defined exactly like Jesus Christ. So it's going to be like, it was like AD. And now I think we're going to have BT before Trump, what the world used to be like before him. And one of the most powerful things I think about Donald Trump is that he entered the world as an anti-establishment candidate because he understands that's where the world is going. So it's about anti-establishmentism. It's about not wanting to eat. And this is what confuses me about Donald Trump. Who is more establishment than a billionaire? Who? How can it be any more establishment? And also your father. This guy's father, when he died, he was worth $300 million. And this is the guy who is supposedly the anti-establishment candidate. So the New World Order really will belong to those people who understand what the world and society is going through and take advantage of those, and take advantage of what the world is going through. And so what does that mean? This means that the world, because we are a lot more informed, a lot more of us can read, a lot more of us have access to information. And the key here is that even though a lot more people have access to information, it does not mean that we're more knowledgeable. And that is the key difference. But then, we're also quite interested in only finding out information that will only that will only confirm our point of view. So like in the United States where you have large, millions and millions of people who only watch Fox News. And Fox News' role is to ensure that it only pushes a certain kind of agenda. And so it is only that agenda that you, as a human being, will constantly subscribe to because you don't want to be challenged by anybody else. So you won't watch CNN, you won't watch MSNBC. And the world is really beginning to break into these small pieces, which is what has happened in Europe with Brexit. So the Brexit is a true definition of what is happening in the world, where people are starting to break away because they feel that the world is not looking after their interests. So we need to look after ourselves, our own interests. It's also that, and this is also explains in a weird way, it also explains the rise of EFF. It's all about single issues. This is what the world is like now. It's about a single issue. So EFF, economic freedom. That's what they say. Donald Trump, I'll build a wall. Okay? Brexit, it's like we are leaving Europe. Single issues where they do not need to explain anything. They feel there is no need to understand the nuances and complexities of the world. This is where the world is going. And we don't have, I suppose, strong moral leaders who are able to reshape the world in the sense that the world is not simply black and white. There are complexities when it comes to the world. And so this is why we look at power and establishment with a lot of skepticism, because are you truly looking after us? Are you truly looking after our interests? And that the idea that, you're not looking after our interests, and this is where there is this strong sense of a revolution of expectations. So when you say revolution of expectations, this is why in South Africa, for example, it is not the only country in the world that has experienced an increase in protests. It's happening throughout the world. The entire world is experiencing, the UK, if you remember in 2008 to 2009, there was a huge increase in protests, people burning buildings, young people, because they felt that the system was not looking out for them. And this is the new world order that we're going to face in the future. What does that mean for you and me? So people really don't trust power. They constantly feel that power is looking after their own interests. And this is a very fundamental issue, especially when it comes to marketing, is that we live in a world where the shareholder is valued more than the consumer. Yet the consumer has to be satisfied in order for the shareholder to get maximum value. And I think this is a huge, it's not even a massive shift that needs to take place. It is an obvious thing that we've got to realize. So for me, the reason I love my iPhone, and I think it's absolutely incredible, is because it serves my purpose. And I feel like Apple is always constantly looking to make sure that I am looked after. And Amazon, this is what I read this incredible article about Jeff Bezos. So Jeff Bezos had, apparently when a customer sends a complaint, doesn't matter how small or big, but it doesn't attend to every single complaint. But if he sees a complaint and he reads the email, he will send forward an email with a simple question mark to the function head of the department. And literally every single person stops and makes sure that issue is resolved. And this is the difference, I think, between companies that are run by entrepreneurs and founders, and companies that are run by people after the founders are gone and have died. They don't think to resolve the issue itself because it's always about the consumer. What am I trying to achieve for the person, for my consumers in the end? Because this is what's going to give you value. And so how do you combat this kind of skepticism when it comes to power? And honestly, it is simply by being honest. Simply by being honest. And there are few things that terrify business than honesty. But honesty is the one thing that really, really gives business true power, especially in this time where we have access to so much information. Whether it is false, whether it is true information, we have access to it. We can question. I, as an individual, can sit there. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a guy who live tweeted the raid of Osama bin Laden's house. But he had no idea that Osama bin Laden was there. He was tweeting, so there's a helicopter, guys, I'm hearing there's helicopters, the soldiers, the house next door, and he's live tweeting this event, and he has no idea what's happening. So sometimes there are things that happen and we don't know, but we are revealing so much information, and we only know after the fact. And this is why companies have to simply be honest. And this is why we need to go back into time. And I talk to go back into time. Volkswagen in the 50s. America didn't give a damn about Volkswagen. They didn't give a damn about the Beetle. There was a great case study, which I actually forget the name of this particular car manufacturer. This car manufacturer went all over the United States, research, what kind of car would you like? I'd like a big car. It's got to be comfortable. It's got to fill the whole family. It's got to have 5 doors. It's got all of these amazing things that they wanted for the car. And then what happened? The Beetle came through, and the car was not practical, was not spacious, didn't have 5 doors, but it became incredibly successful. Why? Because Volkswagen was very honest about the car. It makes your house look big. That's what the headline. It makes your house look bigger. They were quite human about what they were. And here, after 10 years in the States, the 1951, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61 Volkswagen. They were very honest, and they were very charming because they were honest about what they were. They never tried to be anything other than what they were. It's ugly, but it gets you there, right? And it became a hugely successful car. And they're not snobbish about the fact that people do what they want with the cars. And I think they were one of the first companies to actually understand individuality, individualizing. And I remember when I worked for Coca-Cola, when we worked on the names campaign, lots of my friends were very upset with me because their names were not on Coke cans. Now, the genius behind that idea was the fact that for the first time, a global, massive conglomerate recognized people as individuals. So I didn't feel like a number anymore. I was like, oh my goodness, Coke knows who I am. This is the world's biggest brand, and they're recognizing me. They're putting me on a can. And I think this is where the world needs to shift, is to understand that people aren't numbers. Again, honesty. In the late 60s, I think it was 1967, when Avis was number 2, they only had 29% market share. Hertz had 60 something. My math is shocking. So I think 62% market share. Avis, they're like, let's just be honest here. When you only number 2, you have to try harder. What did Avis do? They actually did try harder. They didn't just say it. They did it. What did they do? Avis trained their people to be nicer. So people simply had to be nice. The other company didn't care about getting their employees nice. Making sure that there was no ash in the ashtray, making sure that the car was clean. The leader of the game didn't care. Within 2-3 years, Avis went from 29% market share to 42% market share. Why? Simple change in behavior and being honest. And that was it. And people love the fact they were honest, and they actually did what they said. I didn't know if I should do this. Let me do this. It's because, whatever. It doesn't even belong here, but I'll do it anyway. So this was like a CV that I wrote. When I tried to get into advertising, and I didn't have qualifications to get into advertising, to make ads. I dropped out. I was like, okay, how can I make sure that they recognize me? I was like, let me be honest and be humorous at the same time. So I did say I'm not qualified at the beginning of the CV. So I made these bullet point things. That's my CV. I lived in Cape Town at the time. I was like, I live in Pines, not Guguletu. I can use phones, faxes, and computers without breaking them. Some of my best friends are white. I can swim when absolutely necessary. I am not a member of COSATU. And then position applying for, and I said copywriter. And then I said experience in this field, and then I wrote, I used to write slogans like Free Mandela and One Man, One Vote on township walls. This was a very successful campaign, as you might have noticed. Now, what I did with this CV, I didn't realize at the time that that's what I was doing, was the fact that I was being honest about the fact that, well, I'm not qualified, but what my CV had to do, it had to show, it had to do the thing that I wanted to do. So it had to be creative, and it had to make sure that I got the job at the same time. Actually, I know how I'm going this. I hope all the executives are listening. Very sharp ears after this. And this for me is very important point by Facebook. You get this when you get to Facebook, your first day at Facebook. Remember, people don't use Facebook because they like us. They use it because they like their friends. People don't buy cars because they like your brand. They buy cars because it makes them feel good when they're in the car. And also, how it makes other people look at them because they've got the car. And that's it. And then it happens to be a brand, and then they fall in love because that just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's what happens in life. And again, this is Facebook. We don't build services to make money. We make money to build better services. For who? The consumer, not for the shareholder. The shareholder will make money because of that. This is why Zuckerberg will probably be the richest man in 10 years' time, I imagine. Again, the quick shall inherit the earth. There is nothing more frustrating for a consumer when you feel that a massive conglomerate with thousands of employees cannot solve your problem fast enough. And this is the thing with power these days, is that power needs a captive audience. However, we don't have the few channels anymore. Your phone, which is backstage, your phone is a channel now. Every single one of you here has a channel. So what do you do in a place, in a world where an individual is more trusted than media? What do you do in a world like that? So I want to be honest, I think, about myself here, and allow me to be human, and also to pimp myself. I hope there's sound. This is me hinting over there, in case there isn't. It's a video. Was it 2 years ago, Range Rover gave me a car to drive for about a week. So I drove this car. I was like, well, I posted the video of me accelerating and starting. Shame my poor girlfriend had to stand in the night filming me when I was doing this. And then I posted another picture. And then I posted a picture after that. And interestingly enough, I got lots of comments and all of that about this. I was like, hey, look, guys, Range Rover's giving me a car for a few days. Oh, my goodness. That's all I did. 2 pictures. And the following happened. This is Anele. I don't know how many people know Anele, but she is 94.7, and she's got a TV show and also happens to be, name drop, a friend of mine. So Anele saw me posting this car, and she was looking to buying a car because she was about to have a baby. And she was not even thinking about Range Rover at the time, not even thinking about it. And she's like, Khaya, what an awesome car. What is that car? Who can I get in touch with? I told her who she can get in touch. She got in touch with someone. And she says, okay, I want a Range Rover. And then they're like, okay, fantastic, that's amazing. We can give you these, we're gonna get your own car, and it's gonna have these freaking things here. How would you like it done? So Anela was like, no, I want that car that Khaya was driving. That's the one I want. They're like, no, but we can spec yours. No, she's like, no, I want the one Khaya was driving. And then a few months later, I'm at the club, I'm turning up, drinking here, I'm dabbing, doing all those things. And then this guy comes up to me and he whips out his car keys and he goes here, goes like this. It's a Range Rover keys. I don't know this guy. I've never seen him in my entire life. And it says, puts them in. I was like, oh, nice car. It says, you posted that car on Twitter. I saw it. I'm on Instagram. I saw it. and I want to buy it. And this is why I'm saying that the individual is a lot more powerful than we realize anymore. This is, again, me pimping myself, ladies and gentlemen. So what I did, around that time, I'd actually recently just bought myself a car, and I took it to the, drove it from Joburg to East London. That's fantastic, for the family, because as a black person, you have to take your new car to the family, right? And they have to pray for it, slaughter a cow, and all of those things for your car. And then after that, I drove from East London. I drove all the way back to Transkei, where nobody lives there anymore, to kind of say to the ancestors, look here, I've got a car. Thank you, ancestors, for this car, right? I hadn't driven more than 2 minutes away, and that happened to my car. I was like, okay, this car is cursed. The ancestors do not want me to have a car, this car. What have I done, right? So I'm like, okay, my life is over. I fixed the car, fantastic. And then for 2 years, I'm driving the car, nothing happens, I'm okay. In December again, tragedy. I drove a Polo. I ended up with the Polo, but that's not the tragic event. The tragic event, the tragic event is the fact that yesterday, because of this, I crashed the car. So 2 days ago, a month had gone, so I no longer have a courtesy car. I no longer have a courtesy car, ladies and gentlemen. I no longer have a courtesy car. Anybody hear that? No courtesy car? So the point I am making about that example is that in the new world order, individuals are more trusted, and they are interacted with a lot more than TV shows, magazines. I, as an individual standing here, there are, at any given moment, 400,000 people who are looking what I am saying. So, and there aren't many TV shows. There are some TV shows with that many views. There's not a single magazine that has got that much circulation. So we've got to remember that the world is going back to the individual. And you have the means as companies to see people as individuals, because that is what they demand of you. Unless, well, I said I don't have a courtesy car unless you guys want me to go back to that. But anyway, I'm getting, like my cars they're ordering the parts from Germany and they're only coming back in a month. It's depressing. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying you have to do anything, guys, okay? I'll skip that. I was going to show you a video, but thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I have time for. If you have any questions, ask Musi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Khaya.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was
Thank
brilliant.
You. Thank you.
Very good. Hi. I had your back the whole time. Do you know what it was? Do you know, I saw you leave. I don't trust these people. So, because they're in the VIP section and you never know. So I kept it safe for you, but it's back now. It's such a pleasure. I don't know what was in there. I would never open it. I'm a gentleman, obviously. The money's all in there. It was rand. There was nothing I could do with that. So that's incredible. So I promised you earlier today that you're not the only people watching the show. There are people watching it online. So what we thought we would do is just show you some of the analytics of what's been going on today around the show. And so what I can tell you is that over 7 million impressions have happened today from the beginning of today. So that means that 7 million pairs of eyes have actually seen the hashtag Cars Awards. And there they are. My God, there are the stats. And that person has done the best tweet, and that's amazing. Yes, there have been 741 posts. The reach is a large number, which I challenge anyone to read on television, and then 7 million impressions. So we'll just keep updating you as we go, because increasingly people think that these awards are about the people who make the cars and sell the cars. They're not. These awards are not for you here tonight. That's why you're in the grandstands, and you might have the rope, the VIP rope, but that doesn't mean anything. There's people online. So I hope you feel good about yourselves. They are just watching it on Twitter or Facebook or Periscope, or there's just people just watching, and you came all the way here. Well done. Excellent. That's very good. So we're going to carry on now. So I'd like to ask back our two gentlemen to carry on with the awards, because I know that's what you want to know, is what's the next category and who's won? Which car has won? So we'll start. We're going to start with you, Alistair, I think. And we're going to kick off with quite a cool category. This is the Executive Sedan of the Year.
These technological masterpieces represent an enviable blend of first-class luxury and comfort and business-class technology and dynamic appeal. More often than not, these are the most advanced cars on the road. Prestige is usually a given in this segment, but we're also looking for significant technological advancement, yet without compromising the level of comfort, performance, and style that these sedans are renowned for. The nominees for the Executive Sedan of the Year are
Stand by, enthusiasts.
the Mercedes-Benz E220d Avant-Garde, the Jaguar XF25T Portfolio, and the Lexus GS 350 F Sport.
Right, so you know what to do when the winner's announced. You'll see where they are and we'll clap accordingly. Are we all together on this one? Excellent. Stand by, Alistair. And the winner is... Hello. Hi. You stand with him and then we'll bring you the award. Sorry, slight mix up there. Very good. Luckily, got your award right. Okay. Well done. Very good. Carry on, gentlemen. I'm going to go this side. We had a problem, but we solved it. I think we've got away with it. No one realized. Okay, very good. Right, so we've done that. That's amazing. So apparently I must keep talking to you while the animation continues to play out. So can I just say what a beautiful dress you have in the front row? The lady who's got the, I think it's made of rope. Well done. It's a beautiful dress, and don't let anyone tell you different. It's awesome. I love it. It's amazing. It's like you were dressed by a large spider. It's amazing. Well done, well done. It's amazing. There's no flies on you. So there you go. That is the worst joke I've ever... In fact, I'll give you a refund. That one I'm not going to charge Carl for. That is the worst joke in the history of the world. Right, let's move on immediately. And I believe this category is quite exciting because it's for people who feel like they want to sit just a bit above the rest of us. So that's excellent. And basically, it's premium SUVs. Here they are.
It might seem that SUVs with top shelf finishes are coveted for eccentric and seemingly emotional reasons, but that's just envy talking. Who doesn't love a station wagon sense of space blended with high-tech touches and a growling beast under the bonnet? By sales figures alone, this segment is a hit with image and practicality-obsessed buyers. The nominees for the Premium SUV of the Year are the Audi Q7 3.0 TDI Quattro, the Jaguar F-Pace 30D R Sport, and the Volvo XC90 T8 twin-engine Inscription.
Yay! Right. Now, I believe it's on your side. Is that correct? Okay, standing by. And the winner in this category is... Congratulations, well done. It is heavy. Give it up again. Right, sorry, Chris, this one's definitely on your side. So sorry, I went to a very bad school. Right, so this next category, we're going to move straight along. So I'm gonna just wait for the animation to play out because that's what I've been told to do. Anyway, hi everyone. Hi. That's the VIP section. Please don't stare. They're much richer than you, so that's fine. We're all just fine. I'm your people. I'm your people. Hello. Hello. You don't have a lot of money, but I'm with you. So there you go. There's your little bonus. It's me. Shame. Never mind. Right. We move on now to the business class category. Said that well.
And now, for those of you who are heading on up South Africa's corporate ladders, we look at the business class car. These highly aspirational machines are for the drivers for whom success is not only to be rewarded, but also celebrated with performance, dynamics, technology, and design. There's a hint of image consciousness as these beauties broadcast achievement and an appreciation for engineering. The nominees for the Business Class Car of the Year are the Mercedes-Benz C250 AMG line, the BMW 330d M Sport Sports Auto, and the Audi A4 2.0T FSI Sport S-Tronic.
Christopher, I'm going to ask you to do the honors on this occasion. And the winner in this category is... Come on up. Well done. Chris, I can actually ask you to go back to your seat. We've got another speaker. You can go back to your seat. We've got another speaker. Excellent. Thanks very much. Thank you, Al. Thank you very much. Right. So, I told you we'd have two interesting speakers tonight. Oh, congratulations. Well done. That was very well deserved, and you were excellent, and I loved everything you did. Well done. We've got another great speaker, and I'm quite excited because she's from overseas, which obviously means it's going to be brilliant. And I'm glad to be able to welcome her to Midrand, because I feel this is the jewel of Gauteng. It's a magnificent part of the world. There's so much here. There's some gentle slopes, and the Mall of Africa, which I can't wait for her to see, where there's the Big Five, Woolies, Pick and Pay, and some other things. It's awesome. Every now and then someone shoots someone. So it's quite exciting there, and I can't wait to take her to look at it. So she's from Google, and she's based in Ireland, but that's not where she's from. Please will you welcome the lovely Ines Jesus.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? I spent the night flying to be here, so you'll need to be a bit louder than that. How's everyone doing tonight? All right. So I'm quite excited to be here tonight because I heard the word data a lot of times. And if there's one company that you probably connect with data, that's a company like Google, right? So it's quite exciting to be here at an awards event where it feels that it's so important to know your user, know your consumer, and award cars based on that. And so the lovely Cars company invited me here today to speak a bit more about data. So let's just say that I feel a bit like Oprah right now, except that instead of handing out cars, I'm just handing out data. So you get data, everyone gets data. All right. Also, this time last year, this is how I was dressed in Dublin. Where I come from. That's where the headquarters for Google are for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And my idea today is to bring a bit of the data that we have from our consumers. As you know, Google strives to understand the user so that we help brands reach that consumer, the right consumer, at the right time. So let's look into some of the trends that are influencing the automobile industry in the world, and how that applies to South Africa as well. There are three main trends that are influencing the market right now. First, the rise of ride-sharing services. Second, the importance of being digital first, thinking digital first. And then third, how video has become a catalyst in consumer behavior and consumer decision-making. If we start with the ride-sharing service part, before we have some people proactively leaning towards the security rail over here, let me just say that the ride-sharing service business is not destroying the automobile industry. That's pretty cool, no? Doesn't it deserve an applause? All right, thank you. And this is because we looked into some of these people. What are their behaviors? What are they doing when they get these services? And in fact, most of the users of ride-sharing services own a car, and 22% of them are proactively searching to purchase a car within the next year. And if you look at people that don't use ride-sharing services, on the other hand, they also tend to be less likely to own a car in the first place. So the idea here is that we're offering a service that complements the need, that responds to a need of a consumer that uses a car in the first place. One thing that is very important to have in mind, though, is the rise of ride-sharing services and their success comes from the change in consumer behavior of seeing car as a service and not so much as a status symbol, a symbol of status anymore. Of course, if we go through the streets of Senton, we might not see exactly this type of behavior in practice, but in fact, our consumer, the general consumer, is evolving towards the direction of seeing car more as a service that is responding to a need that they have. So it's about convenience, it's about utility, and it's about affordability. So whether I have a car or I don't, I will decide at any point in time if it's worth it for me to buy a car, to use the car that I already have, or to use a ride-sharing service. A bit more data on this. I told you there would be a lot of data. In South Africa, April last year, while the sales of new cars have declined, the sales of used cars have increased by quite a bit. And even more interesting, the mobile searches for used cars have increased quite a lot as well. You'll see that I'll drop the word mobile every now and then, and just keep that in mind once you go back to your offices and once you go back to making sure your brands are growing exponentially. So, why do we need to then be digital first, thinking digital first? Because 6 out of 10 people do not know what car they want to buy when they decide they want to buy a car. And those people are going online. 75% of people research in digital channels, being that online search such as Google.co.za and video search such as YouTube are the two most important channels that people use to research what car they're going to buy, when they should buy it, what are the prices, what are the features, all of that. And people are searching more. 3 hours more than 3 years ago. And what's really interesting is that this research is not only allowing people to to be more informed in their decisions, it also means that when they go to one of your dealerships, they might already sort of know what they want, right? So they're already much more informed. It's like when you have that patient who goes to the doctor, and they already know what they have. They just want the doctor to confirm that, right? And in South Africa, in a study ran last year on shoppers that purchased cars last year, 96% of these people researched online prior to purchasing a car. So this is quite a big number, right? So where do we want to be? Online, right? Thinking that we want to be online then, what are some of the main things that we need to be thinking about? What are the things that go through our consumers' minds? First, what car is best? Should I choose brand A versus brand B? Should I choose model A versus model B? Is it right for me? Does my family fit in there? Can I take my dogs for a ride? Does my bike fit there? All those things that are based on your lifestyle. Can I even park it near my office? Can I afford it? Is it within the price range that I should be looking at? Where should I buy? Should I go on a dealership? Should I buy it online? Should I buy it from a friend or family member? And am I getting a deal? Once I decide what I want, is this the best price that I'm going to get for it? And this is where video is so important, because video has become a catalyst in this consideration process. And it's where a lot of people make their decision, either start their decision-making process or finalize their decision-making process. And to give you a bit more data on that, over 3 million hours were spent in 2015 just on auto review videos, and nearly half of those were on mobile. I told you I would use the word mobile more than once. And 6 out of 10 people in South Africa that bought a car said that they found information that was very relevant for their purchase process while looking at videos. What's really interesting, though, is that this is not just entertainment or just useful for the consumer. It is driving action, action that is building your businesses. 34% of people made a test drive after watching video. More than half of them visited a dealership. And this is really important because while digital first is the way to go, and mobile and video need to be top of mind, it is very important to still understand that 96% of purchases are happening with consumers going online and offline. So online is being used mostly for research and decision making, but the final purchase still happens at a dealership. And that's why it's so important that we see these moves to offline channels, such as getting a test drive and visiting a dealership. Also, it generates more engagement. We had 33% of people searching online for more info, and around 20% people watching more videos. So it's not just one video. You then want to go to the next one and the next one. Maybe you even open up to a different spectrum of cars that you were not thinking about before. And that's exactly what we found out. 73% of car buyers were inspired by different car models. So for all the car manufacturers here in the room today, where do you want to be? On video. Because if you were not being considered before, you might be simply because you put your video there. Whether it is in channels, such as Cars.co.za is using, whether it is in ads, so that you're targeting specifically people that are actively looking for cars at the moment. This is where you want to be to ensure that you're at least in the consideration set. What's also very interesting is that third-party channels play a really big role. And those are channels like Cars.co.za. We have here the example of Mercedes versus Top Gear. And if you can see on the Mercedes side, we have a video with around 100,000 views, while with Top Gear, we have a video with almost 10 million views. This is, of course, first of all, because these channels work to build a community and work to have a consumer base that is watching their videos. But also, if you think about buying anything that costs a bit of money, any appliance for your home, will you believe, and will you want to believe every single thing the seller is telling you at the moment, or would you rather have some information, maybe from a family member or a friend, that you know will not have a biased opinion towards you making that purchase right at the moment? Which one would you go for? The friend? Yeah? Probably yeah. So this is how you should look at these channels. Of course, you should always have brilliant content, and for brands here tonight, what's important is to deliver beautiful ads that are very relevant for your brand and build your brand. But when it comes to auto-review videos, the ones that are creating that loyalty, creating that engagement, and helping the decision-making process, you should leave that to third-party channels such as Cars.co.za. So what are they doing right now? I mentioned a few of the things that people care about, such as auto-review videos, comparison videos. There are test drives. People book a lot of test drives. They also like to watch test drives beforehand, even a run-through of the entire vehicle, looking at all the features. And this is basically what we found from our studies, but I could literally be telling you what's on Cars.co.za's channel right now, because this is already all that they're doing. So this is really cool already, and this is where you should be. They have, for example, they're answering moments such as which car is best, comparing models or brands that might be very similar and answering specific and similar needs to help the consumer make that decision. Also, is this car right for me? Understanding a car, having a deep dive of the car, its features. Is this the type of car that I want? And is it right for me in terms of my lifestyle? I want this car, it's very sportive, it fits with me, but can I fit my surfboard there? Because if I can't, what good does it do to me, right? And apart from all these things that we have on the Cars channel, they're also doing a lot more. For example, this event right now is being live streamed on YouTube, so that all of our consumers, all of our fans can be looking at us right now, and probably my manager as well, so hi. And there's another thing that we're also doing on YouTube, that Cars.co.za is doing on YouTube, which is amazing. And it was something that we launched just for this event today. So if we could just have that on screen so we can see YouTube's homepage.
The Cars.co.za Consumer Awards, powered by WesBank, is back.
Join me, John Vlismas, as we pick the 13 best cars on sale in South Africa. Watch the whole event live on the YouTube channel tonight from 7:30.
All right, so this is what we call a masthead, or a YouTube homepage takeover. And basically what we do is we take over the homepage of YouTube for an entire day to get all these people to see the video. Anyone who goes on YouTube will see this video come up. And this is something that any of you can, talking to your Google partners, can reserve. For example, if you have a new deal coming up or a new car model coming up. The last message that I want to leave here with is make sure you're responding to the consumer. Make sure you're where your consumer is. And right now, your consumer is searching online first, is searching on mobile a lot of times, and goes on YouTube to understand how your car might compare to others and to make a knowledgeable decision with the help of professionals from third parties such as Cars.co.za. So it's really important that you leverage all of this. And without further ado, then happy YouTubing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ines. I hope you enjoy your time in South Africa. It's going to be amazing. So that was Ines from Google, which I thought was quite good. And okay, bye. And so that's very good. So she was talking about video content, and so we want to show you some very cool new video content that Cars.co.za will be launching, and it's amazing because the man is going to take you through it. I don't know if you know about this guy, but he's really famous. I think his dad invented power steering, and his mom did airbags, and also variable speed hair dryers, which are amazing because you never think about that. When I was growing up, hair dryers just went woo, and now they can go woo or woo or woo. So it's an incredible contribution to the world. Please really welcome our next speaker to take you through this incredible content, Ciro de Siena.
Hello. Goodness, it's good to be here. And it's so nice to see you all. Thank you very much for coming. Just before I was due to come up here and have this little chat with you, I found out that our channel hit an amazing milestone, our YouTube channel, and I wanted to share it with you all. We hit 20 million views yesterday. Really proud of that. Really proud to work with the team that I do, and it's only going to get bigger and better as you're about to see. So, with a current viewer rate of about 1 million viewers a month, and over 65,000 subscribers, our YouTube channel has become a critical component of our content offering at Cars.co.za, allowing us to reach our audience in a uniquely engaging way. Our aim is to create valuable video content for our audience and continuously grow and expand this channel as our audience evolves. And that's why I'm here tonight. I'm here to introduce you to 2 of our new video products, which will be added to the channel over and above what we currently produce. And it will bring our viewers ever closer to the cars that they love. The first is called Sentimental. This is the brainchild of Justin Pinto and Hannes Oosthuizen. With Sentimental, the focus is on the bonds that form between people and the cars that they love. For the pilot episode's trailer, which I'll show you in just a moment, the vehicle is not only a classic, but an icon. However, Sentimental isn't just about old cars and collectors. So you can expect to see people from all eras and all backgrounds represented in the videos. I'll be back later to introduce you to our second video product and explain just how these fit into our bigger picture at Cars.co.za. For now, though, allow me to introduce you to Sentimental.
I'm Josh Spencer, and this is a 1967 E-Type fixed-head coupe. I am just absolutely captivated by what this car represented. So I got out my checkbook and I bought the car straight away. It was almost inevitable that I was going to buy it regardless of what sort of shape it was in. This poor old grey E-Type was effectively my only transport for something like 20 years. Like a lunatic, I used it as my daily driver, and I took it round the clock once, and then again, and then again, and then again. So I am personally responsible for something like in excess of 400,000 miles on this poor, long-suffering E-Type. In that sense, I don't feel as if I'm actually the owner of the car. It's the other way around. The car owns me. I'm simply a custodian of a piece of automotive history. This car is a bit like a part of me. There's no other way to put it, and I couldn't part with it. It's inconceivable, unthinkable.
So there you have it, sentimental. It's like, isn't that radical? It's just very good. It's like watching something beautiful. It's amazing. It's not like watching something online with cars. It's just a beautiful thing. And there's a man, and he's from Cape Town. And I'm not saying it casts aspersions on Cape Townians, that some of them are prepared to drive a car for 400,000 miles before they shell out for a new one. I'm just saying it's a beautiful story, and well done to him. So that's awesome. Do you like the video? Lots to follow, so that's very good. Right, let's crack on and give out more awards, because that's why you're here. Gents, can I ask you back, please, because we need to crack on and hand out these beautiful pieces of steel. So we're going to crack right along, and I've been schooled by everyone backstage, and of course you gorgeous person, and I will. We're going to crack on with the next category, and I'm going to let Elle do this to get us back on track, Chris. So this is Compact Family Car of the Year.
With household budgets stretched to breaking point, the reasonably affordable modern-day family car has to wear many hats, from compact traffic dodger to spacious school-run specialist and even weekend getaway machine. It helps to think of them as automotive duffel bags. Practicality and spaciousness are important considerations, of course, but so are safety, technology, fuel efficiency, and a measure of lifestyle flexibility. The nominees for the Compact Family Car of the Year are the Nissan Qashqai 1.2 Vizier, the Renault Captur 1.5 BCI Dynamique, and the Suzuki Vitara 1.6 GL Plus.
Right, standing by. And the winner in this category, Compact Family of the Car, is... Congratulations, well done. Big round of applause to go home on. Well done, Suzuki. The Compact Family Car of the Year. It's fantastic. Well done. If I ever have a compact family, I'm going to get one. I don't know what a compact family is, but I want one now. Everything's smaller and miniaturized. It's brilliant. Maybe it's a family designed by electronic geniuses and they fit on a chip. It would be amazing. You could just shut them up like that. Shut up. And the whole family stops. Let's get on with the next category, because that went down well. So, we are going to deal with the next category. Chris, if I can ask you to give this one away. It's the Fun Car of the Year. And here are the nominees.
What is it that makes a fun car? Is it purely about performance and handling? To a large degree it is. But for this award, we're looking for a total package that is not priced in fantasy land. This is one for the petrol heads. A car that must leave the die-hard enthusiast smiling after every drive in the way it looks, handles, sounds, and yes, performs. The nominees for the Fun Car of the Year are the Mazda MX-5, the Volkswagen Golf GTI Club Sport DSG, and the Mini John Cooper Works Sports Auto.
Right, and the winner in the category of Fun Car of the Year is... Congratulations, well done. Give me a round of applause. Right. So, obviously, you can't put on big shows like this without support and love and, most importantly, a lot of money. So, that's very important. And I know he's been standing just over there the whole time. But now, to say some words officially in his capacity as the Group CEO of WesBank, please really welcome over there, Chris Tucker.
Thank you very much, John, and welcome to all of you here tonight. Probably the closest I've ever been to a movie set or one of those reality programs, but really it really is fantastic. First of all, let me just say that WesBank is very proud to be associated with this event tonight. It represents a lot about what we are at WesBank about in terms of innovation. It's amazing, as I was sitting listening here tonight, how you realize how our industry has changed and continues to change. I mean, if you consider just 10 years ago, these kinds of events and these kinds of facilities were, and these discussions were very, very different in those days. But I guess for us, it's very, very important that we remain relevant in this modern day market, because there's no question it is the future. There is no question that the way that customers, our customers, and your customers are going to behave in the future has got a lot to do with what we're seeing going on here tonight. So really to Ross, Alistair, and Chris, from a WesBank perspective, we really are privileged to have been invited by you to be part of this. Thank you very much for that opportunity. We hope that it's a long and fruitful relationship in terms of this event. There's no question that this event has grown only in its second year of operation, but it's already, I think, achieved an amazing stature, so congratulations to all of you. We really are delighted to be here. Of course, WesBank is very closely associated with the motor industry. We have been for many, many years, and so therefore it is very appropriate that we are here together with many of our dealer and manufacturer partners, and we just are absolutely thrilled to be part of this. Good luck to all of the winners tonight. The cat might, the pussy's out the bag there. But good luck to all the winners tonight, to those of you who have won and those of you who hope still to win. Thank you very much for being with us, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris. I guess that's living proof, right? When you write the checks, you can make the pussy jokes. Okay. I was told to behave so carefully. I'm trying so hard. I haven't sworn once. It's been going so well. And there it was. It was like a little gift from the comedy god, wasn't it? Well done. Bless that little cat, wherever it is. Well done. More applause than Google, Khaya Dlanga. The cat is the star of the show. Can't you just see how things have changed? This is an internet thing. It's a clip of a cat. That's going to be downloaded 4 billion times. Nobody wants to see a car. Well done. Okay. So we're gonna crack on and get this done. But it is important to say that if you are in the nominees tonight, you must recognize that you're at the very top end of a group of people in your segment. So it's well done, really, if you were nominated. And I really was paid to say that. So I mean it when I say
Well done. If you were nominated, it's almost like you won. Well done. Very good. Right, let's get Al back and let's crack on, shall we? So we're going to go to the next category. I like this category because for me, the description of this kind of car sounds like the ultimate partner, doesn't it? It's the lifestyle SUV. So it's really cool, but it can handle a good hard mudslinging. Here's this category.
Mudslinging, dust kicking, rock climbing. If this sounds appealing, then you need a vehicle that can roll up its sleeves when the going gets tough. The Lifestyle SUV of the Year is your ticket to adventure, helping you get the family and their weapons of mass relaxation to almost anywhere their disagreements will take them. A level of all-wheel drivability is required, but mostly practicality, comfort, and the demands of the open road feature in the judging. The nominees for the Lifestyle SUV of the Year are the Land Rover Discovery Sport TD4 SE, the Ford Everest 3.2 four-wheel drive limited, and the Toyota Fortuner 2.8 GD6 4x4 Auto.
Right. Alistair, are you ready to hand it out? The winner in this category is... Congratulations, well done. It is quite ironic when the man who does the Land Rover grabs the handrail. Like, I thought you were the dangerous type. I thought you didn't care. You would just tuck and roll, just dive over the stairs, headbutt the ground, and the ground would give in. But it didn't. So anyway, well done. But you did it safely, and that's very, very important. Well done. So, right, so now we move on to the next category. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to get through the awards, give the winners their prizes, make sure everyone's, because there's something going to happen in there, and I'm not saying what it is. I'm not allowed to tell you what that might be. All I'm saying is, just listen to me when I say Cars.co.za and then WesBank. Just work it out, think, what could there be to win? I'm not saying. I'm saying asterisk. Don't listen to me. I'm not trying to put false ideas in your head. I may be. You don't know. This whole thing could be a whole Ponzi. We don't know. We don't know what's going to... I'm just saying it might be worth going there afterwards. So, having said all of that, please will you, I don't know, just watch the screen, because we're going to show you who the nominees are in the compact hatchback category.
In this extremely competitive category, we're looking for a balanced offering that is excellent across the board. Cars in this segment must appeal to just about everyone, from the young professional or family buying up from an entry-level car to pensioners scaling down. No wonder there are so many of these on our roads. The winner of this award must truly reflect what is best about modern automotive design and engineering, but presented in a concentrated, reasonably affordable form. The nominees for the Compact Hatchback of the Year are the Volkswagen Polo 1.2 TSI Comfort Line, the Opel Corsa 1.0 T Enjoy, and the Honda Jazz 1.2 Comfort.
Right. Chris is standing by, and the winner in this category of compact hatchback is... Congratulations! Now remember what I said about the clapping? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Hang on, and start clapping. Congratulations, well done. Very well done. So that was the compact hatchback.
So everything has a compact version. Obviously, I'm learning that now about things. Compact family, then there's family later. For the bigger family, there's the very big family, and then of course there's the Gupta edition, a very big family. That's a massive car, it costs R1 billion, and it's awesome because it runs on platinum, just being burnt. Anyway, so that's amazing. The next category is quite special. We're going to go straight into it. I like this category because this is probably the category most likely, when you see it on the road, to see Pravin Gordon sitting in the back. This is the budget category.
As the rand feels the heat and rising fuel costs put bicycles back on the shopping list, buying a new car can be daunting. But fear not, budget cars are becoming safer, better equipped and more cleverly packaged, meaning you don't have to compromise on the important stuff. The winner in the budget car category represents great bang for buck with good value, low running costs and all common sense factors taken into account. The nominees for the budget car of the year are the Suzuki Celerio 1.0 GL,
Yay!
the Toyota Aygo 1.0 X-Play, and last year's winner, the Renault Sandero Expression.
Hey! Right, and the winner in this hotly contested category for these awards is... Congratulations. Congratulations. Well done. There goes the winner. And I'll tell you who else are winners, because they're amazing and they were on earlier and I like them a lot. And did you like Flash Republic when they opened the show? Do you like them? Sorry, what was that? I need to make sure. Yes, because I can tell you that they're just behind that screen and they will play again as long as you want them to. So, do you like Flash Republic? Yes. Let's have a crack and see them again. Here we go. James, thank you very much. Here's Flash Republic again. See you after this.
Turn me over, pump it down. Turn me around, down. Bending over, touch the ground. Spin me around till we hit the ground. Stand me up, lay me down. We're playing Twister on the floor in the loud. I'm coming over, you're going down. Oh yeah, we're trying not to make a sound. I like playing Twister with you, boy. These games have love and there's so much joy. Hey, mister, you're a man, you're not a boy. Oh, we play these twisted games, and I don't even know your name. 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 How you doing out there, everybody? I hear you now. Here we go. Coming over, coming round. You shake me up and I'll shake you down. You may be older, here's what I found. I'm gonna win, I'm gonna take you down. To the left, to the right. We're playing Twisted till the morning light. Reaching over, hold on tight. It feels so good, yeah, it feels so right. I like to play you Twisted with you, boy. These games have love and there's so much joy. Hey, mister, you're a man, you're not a boy. Oh, we play these twisted games,
Thank you very much, Flash. If that's your real name. Very good. I promised you Ciro would come back and tell you more about beautiful video content. So here's Ciro. See ya.
Hello. Back. Alrighty, the second new type of video that I have to show you tonight is an opportunity to tell stories. Not necessarily about the cars themselves, but where our cars can take us and how they might enable us to live our real or dream lifestyles. It's a type of film where the car is a critical character in a larger story, a story which might be very personal, or as you'll see in our first film, which was spearheaded by my colleague Gerotek, focus on the beautiful African landscape. It's called The Journey. Just north of South Africa lies a land where the desert meets the sea, an inhospitable expanse of rock and sand colliding with a perilous ocean wave. Join us on our journey through the oldest desert in the world to find this fabled surf. Cars.co.za always will be, and always has been, a consumer-orientated platform. But through Sentimental and The Journey, our content offering is expanding into the genres of enthusiast and lifestyle, as we try to position ourselves as a one-stop portal for every South African motorist. With these new brand extensions, we believe we can communicate with consumers, with car buyers, and with people with just a casual interest in cars, even at times when they're not actively shopping for new wheels. Both Sentimental and The Journey will become part of Cars.co.za's ongoing content strategy, and we encourage brands to come to us with ideas, collaborations, so that we can make beautiful and memorable videos with you. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Ciro. How much more beautiful footage can we take? Like, there's a lot of beautiful footage. Did you like this? The lady in the front, did you ever see a ship from that angle? No. It's amazing. The seagull had disbelief in his face as obviously a drone came past and he thought, Jesus, look at the upgrades. I'm useless. I'm just an old manual. This guy's got 4 wings. It's ridiculous. So that's amazing. I'm going to ask the gents back. We're going to crack on and we're going to move to the next category. I like this category because it's called, it's a performance category, which is amazing. That's a car that can really, thank you for making an entrance in your spiderweb dress. You weren't going to, but now I've shamed you and you will. It's awesome. Give that dress a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. It's genius. You've done so many things in one go. You look good. You've produced a dress out of a third of what it normally takes. That's got to be green somehow.
And it's so aerodynamic. You have no drag. I bet when you run in that dress, you can't believe the speeds you can achieve as the wind whistles through your dress. It's brilliant. Well done. I salute you, and anyone here who doesn't can see me afterwards. Well done. What is your name? Is it difficult? Is that you didn't prepare for that question tonight. I'm so sorry. What is your name? Sorry? Deline. Sorry, did I get it wrong? It's not my name. I'm so sorry. I don't know what my... What is your name?
So it's like Janine, but just with a D. Janine.
Deneen.
Yes.
You're not Afrikaans by any chance?
Yeah, I see, maar ek was in 'n hoërskool.
A little bit Afrikaans, okay. Because Deneen is like an Afrikaans vibe. It's kind of where you've combined two names in one because you're a little bit greedy. You must just have one name. Just because you saved on the dress, you can't go big on the first names. You must just have one. That's incredible. Anyway, right. Analytics update. 26 million impressions. So it's going quite well. Just on the hashtag, I know that people go, ooh, but that's actually very good. It's very good. So that's incredible. 26.6, it's gone up since they told me in my ear, 26.6 million potential pairs of eyes on the hashtag. So it's incredible, and it's viral, and it's very quick. So we're going to carry on, and I'm going to come on this side. I'm going to ask Chris to present this category, and we're going with Performance Car of the Year.
While true exotics are mere fantasies or desktop wallpapers for most of us, you don't have to belong to the Millionaires Club to experience mere supercar thrills. Priced below the magical $1 mark is some very special machinery. Whether driven on the track or your favorite piece of twisty road, these are the cars that must engage and delight all the senses. The nominees for the Performance Car of the Year are the Mercedes AMG A45 4MATIC, the BMW M2M DCT, and the Ford Focus RS.
We're going to ask Chris to do the honors as we ask that fateful question, and is so often asked in Bryanston homes on Thursday nights as the lights are lowered, who gets the gong tonight? Let's see who the winner is. Congratulations. Congratulations, well done. So now we move, it's that awkward moment where we move from, there was the compact family, and now we've got to do the family car. So if you won the compact car, it doesn't mean any less. It just means that you've more economically accommodated a family, and now this next one has accommodated a bigger family. That's all. They're equally important. So please don't feel any less for the compact win, and also don't feel in any way body shamed over having a regular size family, because that's absolutely fine. At least you're not Mr. Putin, who has a nuclear family of note. So partially based soon in South Africa. So let's move on and look at the family car of the year.
The family car is that faithful companion on whose backseat we all grew up. They do the school run, carry the groceries home, and get the gang to the coast on the school holidays. A reliable all-rounder, this winner has to be flexible on the inside, comfortable for long trips, and safe for a range of ages. In judging this category, we've placed particular emphasis on interior flexibility, comfort, and safety. The nominees for the family car of the year are the Volkswagen Tiguan 1.4 TSI Comfort Line DSG, the Nissan X-Trail 2.5 SE CVT all-wheel drive, and the Hyundai Tucson 2.0 Elite Automatic.
Right, and the winner of the family car of the year is
this is like a little awkward. Wow, this beam is actually quite warm. It's incredible. I can feel that. Anyway, so I'm going to ask, because we're going to the brand of the year now, and so it's all about balance. And I know that the other guy from Cars wanted to be here, and if we bring him and you, then obviously it's going to be out of balance with. Obviously, so I know he's quite tall, but the thing is, you've got to go, and I'm gonna say it like that. So if you could, thank you so much for everything. It's really, it wasn't you, it was us. It wasn't you, it's just us. We wanted to see other presenters. So just before, if I could ask you to stay, Chris, that'd be great. So I'm sure that, as you know, if those of you who are astute understand that we're now heading towards it's the biggie. So it's even bigger in stature, the award, and that's quite important. And that's why a lot of you have gone very quiet, because you're saying, "Shut up, little man, just get on with it." Like, we don't care about your stupid jokes and let's quite frankly, fakely brushed hair. Just get on with it. But in order to do that, I'd like to welcome up the other guy from Cars.co.za. Please really welcome Ross McElroy.
Good evening. How are we all?
Very good.
So different from up here.
Stretch the tension. You might want to say some words before we announce.
Make the event a little longer. Yeah, I apologize. Evening, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Just before we get to our final category, I want to just take a few moments to acknowledge and to thank some very, very special people who've not only made the awards possible tonight, but exceptional. Firstly, thank you to everybody in attendance tonight. We're grateful for your support. Everybody watching live on YouTube that we're streaming to and engaging with us on social media. Thank you very, very much for the support. We're overwhelmed by the positive sentiment that we've received. So thank you, guys. You can give yourselves a hand of applause. A hand of applause. Why not? Let's go with it. I'm learning from
Do you want an iPad?
Not at all.
There's nothing on here. I just use it.
I've got paper, but I'm scared when I use it, it gets...
Amazing. Founder of an online business.
You have to keep grounded somehow. In terms of the thanks that we really want to give for the awards this evening, thank you so much for the exceptional production to John and B from WACT and their entire team. It's really, really difficult to put something like this together.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
You're going to pay. You are going to pay. You're going to pay us. Okay.
We'll pay you in kind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
Two-hand handshake.
Thanks.
To Dave Bolam Jewelers for the phenomenal trophies which we've been giving out this evening. To Pierre Bear, who put on the phenomenal graphics display that we've been witnessing and made Chris feel like he was a star. I mean, you just can't buy that sort of love. To Ines and Khaya for speaking this evening and giving us some insights into the world that we live in. And to Flash Republic for taking it down a level and making it sure that we just have some fun. Thank you, guys. It's really, really easy to put something like this on when you've got such a phenomenal team of talented individuals, and we're really, really grateful. So thank you to them all. But the Cars.co.za Consumer Awards, powered by WesBank, is not just about tonight. We've been working tirelessly for many, many months to make sure that we've got a credible award to actually hand out tonight. And I want to just thank everybody who's been helping and enabled us to get here. So firstly, to the OEMs and dealers who supported us and gave us vehicles on the testing days. Thank you so much. To Gerotek for allowing us to use their phenomenal facilities. To our Cars.co.za Consumer Awards guest judges, also powered by WesBank. Thank you so much, guys. It's been really, really a great journey with you, and we're honored to have you all here with us this evening and to have shared the testing with you guys. And thank you for putting everything through such thorough testing, some more than others. You know who you are. Guys, thank you. To the South African car buyers, the people who have filled out our survey and have really given us their insights into the cars that they drive, that they are what makes this, this awards program so different and so unique. We're actually able to use their insights to make informed decisions, and we're really, really grateful. It's a comprehensive survey. It takes some time, and we're really grateful. So to the South African public who's kind of got behind and backed these awards, we thank you guys so much. To Lightstone Consumer, guys, they managed the survey for us. They crunched the data. They gave us the ultimate results. And they worked tirelessly through December to do that. We're entirely indebted to you guys. Thank you, Paul. To KPMG for auditing everything, making sure everything was above board, for tallying up the judges' scores and then marrying them up with the consumers to give us our final winners. Thank you, guys. To my Cars.co.za team, what can I say, guys? It's an absolute pleasure to work with you guys, those working directly and indirectly on the Cars Awards. We've done so much in a short period of time, and I'm deeply humbled and privileged to work with such amazing people each and every day. Thank you, guys. And finally, to our partner on this awards, to WesBank, thank you guys for coming on board. Thank you for believing in the project. Thank you for assisting us in taking it to new levels. And we're really, really grateful and honored to work with such a great brand and to have put the show on in collaboration with you. To Michelle and Rudolph, thank you for making it really, really easy. And to Chris, thank you for your very, very kind words, for believing in the project, and for handing out the trophies. You were amazing. Thank you.
Very good.
There is Chris.
So I guess before it all gets very real, then all I need to ask is that if anyone has won a trophy, and anyone who's with you this evening, if when we finish with this last award, which is a huge thing, it's going to the sky open, it's a whole thing, and then it's massive. Then that's really done. Then the winners of everything can stick around with us. Just stay here, and also Chris and Michelle and people from WesBank and the Cars people, and then the rest of you are going to go. I'm not telling you what's going to happen there. I'm just saying, when you go there, you won't believe what's going to happen later. So don't just go there and look and then just wait there, and then you won't believe.
I know what's going to happen, and I don't even believe it. So I strongly recommend you take his advice.
He really doesn't believe it. So
it's true.
So what's going to happen is you go there. We'll just get this done here because we're going to take pictures of all of you, and then we will all join you there for a very something. So that's what I need to say about that.
Perfect.
That's what I'm allowed to say, right?
That is phenomenal. I'm not sure what to do with my hands. Can I borrow that iPad for a
I'll tell
second?
you what, I've announced all the categories so
Sure.
far tonight. I'm actually quite tired. I know I'm getting money, but I'm tired.
No, absolutely.
So could you maybe
leave this one to me.
Thanks. I'm just going to...
Cool. Have a seat. Yeah. The final category this evening is the biggie, Brand of the Year. And what makes this category so special is that it's the only category here this evening where the entire result is based upon the survey, based upon the consumer's input from the survey, where these are the people that have taken their hard-earned money and bought these vehicles. They've gone and they've serviced them themselves. They live with these cars each and every single day, and they've taken the time to fill out the survey and give us their feedback. So it really is the ultimate consumer kudo, if you will. When crunching the numbers and analyzing who would be the brand of the year, we looked at 5 key
We're going
pillars.
to show the opening of the category.
Will we?
And then you're going to do your thing with it.
It doesn't say that on the iPad.
So it's just, there's nothing on there. It's not even on. I just carry it to look fancy. So we just let's open the category. So you can, if you say the words, this is going to happen.
Cool.
Just say
brand of the year.
Very good.
This final award could be won by any brand. It is awarded on the basis of information gathered and analyzed by our data partner Lightstone, using thousands of in-depth owner surveys collected during the past 12 months. The winning brand's performance in 5 key areas, namely after-sales service, resale value, overall ownership experience, the sales processes of its dealerships, and its increase in market share, make this award one hell of a trophy to take home, as it represents more than any other the voice of the consumer.
Right. Well, that was perfect. No, I think I do need to say a few more words, John. We were just debating it there, we kind of got a little lost. When we got the Consumer Awards report back from Lightstone Consumer and digested the data, it became very apparent to us that it would be remiss to not acknowledge the brands that have given phenomenal consumer service and had their customers first and centric to their brands, and had given them a really, really great experience. It's all very well to call out the winners, but we need to acknowledge everybody who the consumers have now said and have vouched for and said that they are brands that they're willing to stick their hands up and say and stand behind and say these are great brands. So we have created a Customer Excellence Certificate, which we will be handing out now. The Customer Excellence Award goes to the top 5 brands in terms of customer service as voted for by the consumers in the consumer survey. And just so there's no confusion, there are 6 because there was a tie. So we'll unpack that. But in no apparent order,
Particular
John,
order. So we'll do the certificates and then we'll go on to the award. Right.
Fantastic. Let's do it.
I have a list here. I think it's all correct. The first one to get a certificate is Toyota. Come on up.
Got it.
Congratulations, well done. The next certificate goes to Mercedes-Benz. I saw that, how you ditched the lanyard. You know what you're doing, man. It flashes on the photography.
Cheers, man. Well
He's
done.
won before, I can tell. Drop that lanyard like it was a microphone. Well done. The next certificate goes to Volkswagen. And clap. Congratulations, well done. The next certificate goes to Mazda.
Cheers.
Congratulations. And the final certificate goes to BMW. Congratulations.
Hey, how are you doing? You did well done.
Right.
Yeah. Well done to everyone, and thank you for taking care of the consumer. But tonight there can only be one winner in our brand of the year. And without further ado, we give you the winner of this.
Chris, do you want to join us? And
Well,
then,
with further ado, sorry.
I think I should leave.
With,
'cause
with
it's-
further ado, Chris will be joining us.
I think I'll go and stand here
You-
because it's a big thing and I don't
Cool.
want to wreck it for everyone. Okay, I'm
But
standing.
tonight's winner in the brand of the year, the Cars.co.za Consumer Awards, powered by WesBank, brand of the year is.
Congratulations! Round of applause!
Well done. Well done.
One last song, Flash Republic. See you after this.
Thank you for having us, guys. I put it down to your bad luck. That's why you keep tripping up. You can't get your head off the ground. That's why we keep coming down. Whenever I give you a chance and you and I go out to dance, you do it again, you blow it, babe. 'Cause of the bad way you behave. You can't stop tripping, honey. That's why your mind keeps slipping, honey. You know it's never gonna happen. You see, you can't stop tripping over me. You can't stop tripping over me. Thank you for having us, guys. You can't stop tripping over me. Thank you to Cars and Team. We are the Flash Republic. You can't stop tripping, honey. That's why your mind keeps slipping, honey. You know it's never gonna happen. You see, if you can't stop tripping over me, you can't stop tripping, honey. That's why your mind keeps slipping, honey. You know it's never gonna happen. You see, if you can't stop tripping over me. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much. You're amazing, you fellows. Right. If I could ask you, please, dessert, music, drinks, all happening in there with the party, and something which I've been alluding to all night, which may or may not happen. I don't want to underplay it. I don't want to overplay it. I'm just playing it. So you know, you decide. We can ask you to go through now. The DJ is ready. Everything's going to happen there. If the winners could just stick around for some photographs, that would be great. We feel we haven't got the full value out of this confetti. It cost 900,000 Rand. There are people missing fillings because of what's happened here. So we'd like to ask the winners just to stay, and we are going to shoot the shit out of pictures on this confetti. So thank you for joining us. Please come to the party. We'll see you there shortly. Thank you very, very much. Okay, bye. Love you, but if you didn't win, bye.